I'll just try, okay guys? Okay, let's hear this one. I always remember this. Kung sa gabi hindi ka nagsisimba, dito sa kondong magsisimba ka na may bulak sa ilong. Huwag mong sabihin malakas ka. Huwag mong sabihin marami kang tauhan. At huwag mo rin sabihin marami kang salapi. Pareho lang tayo. Umpisahan mo, tatapusin ko. Simpada ka lang.
Uy, nayabag naman ka niya!
Hello and mabuhay. My name is Sergio and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Accidental Seaman, a Seafarers Dokyu vlog. How are you today, guys? I hope we are all safe and well, especially during in this time of global pandemic that we are now facing in. I would also like to thanks to all who did watch on our YouTube video, the part 5 of the Seafarers Stranded in Manila miniseries with the episode titled Timeline 1.5. To our newest subscribers, thank you for the support. Also to our newly stumbled viewers, welcome to our channel. Welcome guys, welcome. And before you might forget, please click that subscribe button below so that you will be updated on our new upcoming videos. And now, as promised, our topic for today will be the continuation from of the last episodes, which was the timeline 1/2. It was 1/2 because, like I said before, my last video, that this will be a two-part episode. And so if you want to catch up on the story that we will be discussing today, I highly recommend it to you to watch that last video first. Just quick recap on the last part where we ended the last time. It was the time when, after a long travel from my home province of Leyte going to Cebu, which was the province where the Mactan airport was located. And so then I did finally arrive in Manila on the night of June 19, 2020. And so here we go for the continuation of that story. Upon landing the plane at the Naiya 3 airport, the airline crew distributed a health safety form for the passenger. It filled it up with the basic information and answering some vital health questions with regards to the ongoing pandemic. It was like a form for easier traceability just in case if the passenger got sick later on due to the virus. So we exited from the plane and I claimed my luggage of the conveyor carousel. Then I finally went out until the arrival gate only, which is still a part of the airport. At around past 11 p.m., almost midnight already. FYI, and just what I said in the last video, during that time, Manila was also under the 8 p.m. curfew time limit. Now, my original plan was really to directly go into this boarding house right away. But I was hesitant to leave the airport because I'm not quite sure if the boarding house will still be open at the time, considering that it was already midnight and the curfew is already in effect. I'm not quite sure if they will still be opening the house for me. So I decided to stay in the airport premises the whole time until just 6 a.m. the next morning. I can't imagine knocking the steel gate for the whole morning. Then I might get arrested by the passing police due to the curfew. I don't want that to happen to me. The first time I waited, was on the fourth floor of the airport building, the area where the restaurants was located. If you're familiar of NAIA, on the fourth floor there is a bunch of um, restaurants and stores where you can buy something, or the Pasulubong Center. It was located in the fourth floor. I seated on one of the vents there. I decided to sit there because I know that there was an airport security stationed in that area. So therefore, in my mind, I was thinking that I will be safer, more safer if I stay there, just in case I feel asleep while waiting for the morning. But I noticed that I was the only passenger waiting there, and later on, the lady guard assigned in securing the area approached towards me and telling me that I cannot stay in the area. She said it is a new protocol during this pandemic. And so, it is forbidden to loiter around in that area of the airport. In fairness, she directed me and told me that I can stay in the passenger department waiting area. So I take his advice. I said to her, okay, I'll go there. I guess it was on the second floor of the airport building. So I proceeded in the location mentioned as before. I asked the assigned security guard there to let me stay there. He said I can stay there while waiting for my departure flight. It seems that the security guard he doesn't know that I just came. He's not aware of that I just came from Cebu. So I waited in one of the bench, but after a while, the guard suspecting me if I am really waiting for my departure flight. So then he approached and interrogated me regarding my intentions and why I am keep on staying in that bench, considering that everybody was already gone, taking their flight. So I explained to him that I just give me a little bit of time to stay there until just the sunrise came because of the curfew that already been ongoing, and I cannot. It will be difficult for me if I go right away outside and knowing what will happen to me if the boarding house is going to be open for me. So I explained that to the guard on duty. So after a few conversation with and explaining to the guard on duty, he did finally approve that I can stay there until the morning will come, 5 a.m. something. So then after 5 hours of waiting, I finally exited the airport and flagged down a taxi and went into this house. So I stayed in this place since then, except for just one occasion where I stayed in a hotel just once during when I was renewing my FOWET, or Farther Offshore Emergency Training course. The training was held in Cavite City. A quick info for you guys. FOWET is a one-day refresher course only, and the full course was a 3 days training called the BOSHET, or Basic Offshore Safety Induction and Emergency Training course. These courses are mandatory training when working in the offshore industry. We will discuss about bullshit in full details in our future videos. But basically, the course was about the helicopter safety and survival training in case of an emergency or crash landing at water. We don't want to happen that, but cross our fingers. This is only a preparatory course, just in case. Uh, it ma it is an advantage if we already know the scenarios if in case an incident happens. Now, this training I tell you, is an expensive training, and I personally like it when performing on the actual drill or the final assessment test. Especially that water survival drill where you will be inside a dummy helicopter and you will be ditched into the water wearing those diver suits and underwater breathing apparatus. I like that part of the training. It feels like you are in the Navy SEALs training doing that. So I like the training very much. The final assessment exam was actually difficult. I did finish 3 trainings before in the past, and I saw some trainees in the past who had a hard time passing the actual test. Twice that I witnessed this, somebody almost got failed in the exam because of the difficulty, and you cannot skip not even one of the drill. You have to perform it all on your own, or else you will not get certified. But for me, I love the experience. So it was like a play. It was like a piece of cake for me. I really enjoyed it. So like I said, after finishing that one day training assessment, then basically I stayed in this boarding house for the past 65 days already. I lost count, but I think more than that, maybe 70. But anyway, after more than a month of waiting, maybe it was on my 48th day here in Manila. I was so bored by that time, especially when you hear the news and rumors from my colleagues and from the company that the supposed date of mobilization had been postponed. To tell you frankly, I felt a little bit depressed after that, since all I can do is sleep and eat on my bed, watching movie marathon, browsing in the Facebook, viewing YouTube videos. Then later on, I was fed up. There's a feeling of anxieties and I felt homesick by then. I wanted to roam around the city or perhaps loiter in the shopping mall, but I can't. I cannot do that this time. It is because of the ongoing pandemic. I don't want to get infected by the virus. If normal days like it was before, I will certainly fly back to my home province and wait there until my company agents calls me and tell me whatever updates it will be. But obviously, I can't easily do that as of now. Remember the document I did obtain in the last videos? I can't imagine if how I am going to accomplish that the entire requirements again, considering that I am not a resident of Manila per se. Another thing is that if ever I'll pass to the airport and get back home, I will be under a 14-day mandatory quarantine. So what if my agent call me in the middles of my quarantine period? And so then how can I be able to get back to Manila right away if ever I receive the flight mobilization ticket just in case? So then I will miss the job instead if that's the case. So now you understand the dilemma that I've been going through. I want the job so badly, and that is why I prolong in staying waiting here in Manila. But I cannot fly back home easily because of the restrictions being imposed nowadays. If only I can wait at my home, I'll did that. But it was difficult for me, very difficult. The situation was so difficult for me as if I tell you my number one reason why it is difficult. And the number one reason why I cannot fly back at home easily is that if you're following the local news, there are thousands of locally stranded individuals or LSI wanting to fly back home into their respective provinces. Adding to a fewer domestic flights availability, the result was decrease the long queues of passengers in the Manila airport wishing to get ticket and fly back home. I'm pretty sure you know what is happening in our airports nowadays. Even until as of today, watching the local news reports, looking at those thousands of our countrymen being kicked out from their rented home because they were out of jobs due to the pandemic. They just wanted to go back to their respective home. But instead, you can see it in the news. They were living like a gypsies, staying on the tents along the sidewalks near our sea and airport terminals. What is happening today was a real heartbreaking moment in the history of our nation. Now, given the facts that I told you guys, this was the time that I realized to myself that literally I became a seafarer stranded in Manila. What else can you describe it about my situation? Come on, tell me. So I was contemplating to myself, instead of just letting the days passes by, why not I make my own YouTube blog instead? And that's how I started making this YouTube channel, Accidental Seaman Seafarers Dokyu Club. The timing was good in regards with our current condition. Like my personal experience being stranded in Manila, this channel was created out of my boredom really. And hoping that I will be able to express my thoughts and my feelings regarding on the situation that not only me but also in behalf of the other seafarers who are also had a similar story as I do. So now you know the whole story, guys, and how I did started up this YouTube channel, why I use the seafarers stranded in Manila. Now you have the clear understanding why I choose that, why I studied it all up. And I am glad and thankful to my earliest viewer and subscribers for spending their time watching on my videos. And since we all started this up, I promise to you that I will do my best to provide more good contents in our upcoming videos. So the bonus was that I was able to learn more technical skills in making these videos. In every videos, guys, that we uploaded, we always improve as compared to the previous one. This is the place where I fondly recall the days that I'm dining with my family. The bonding, drinking, laughing. We prepared the happy thoughts only. But sometimes I cannot keep asking myself, you might also wonder to ask it to yourself. Maybe we all have the same questions. May kinakain pa ba kaya ang mag-ina ko? I also kind of liking it. Whenever I am facing in the camera, I felt like it was the fulfillment in one of my wish when I was young of becoming a TV actor, which I think it was normal during in our youth of dreaming on getting in the TV someday. Like in my case, I love watching movies. And if we are on the same hobby, we normally tend to mimic or imitate the same scenes that we saw in the movies. For example, we like to play and pretend to be a shooting cowboys in a fight scene, or even copying one of our favorites FPJ movie lights. Okay, for those millennials who doesn't know who is FPJ was, he is an actor in the 80s and 90s. His full name is Fernando Poe Jr. and he is known to be the king of Philippine action cinema. So let me think of some FPJ movie lights. I'll just try, okay guys? Okay, let's hear this one. Kung sa kabini di ka nagsisimba, dito sa tundong magsisimba ka na may bulak sa ilong. Something like that. Or what else? Okay, let me try this. It's quite a long one. Huwag mong sabihing malakas ka. Huwag mong sabihing marami kang tauhan. At huwag mo ring sabihing marami kang salapi. Parang mahulag tayo. Isang bala ka lang. Yeah, it's you might deny it, but sometimes we're facing in the glass when we were young and try to imitate those lines. Or, umpisahan mo, tatapusin ko. If you watch FPJ movies when we were younger, except maybe this today's millennial, I'm pretty sure you knew at least one of these iconic FPJ movie lines. For the millennials, I challenge you to watch old movies, action movies, because it is the golden age of Philippine cinema during the 80s and the 90s. So now YouTube give us this opportunity of fulfilling those desires. You know what I mean? Using the medium of YouTube, I became an instant star on my own channel. The difference only is the talent fee. But if someday our hard work will pays off, then that will be the bonus for me. What is important is that I did fulfill at least one of my younger dreams, and I was able to produce good topic and convey useful information using this medium of internet. So that's all for now. And I would like to inform you guys, and I'm announcing it now. I will be ending this mini series, Seafarers Stranded in Manila. I will be ending that. So this will be the finale of the series. I want to end it in this way because for two reasons. One, I will be leaving Manila very soon. In fact, I already got the plane ticket with me. If to where I will be going, that is the question. You will know that in one of our gamay na lang, be. Gamay na lang. You will know that in one of our upcoming videos. Either I will be flying back to my home province or finally getting back my job, flying to my working shift. So regardless, I will be trying to cover up the whole journey as promised. So like I said before, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so that you will always get updated in our future videos. And the number two, the last reason is that I want to end the series so that I can open up another topic other than being stranded in Manila. So we have some great upcoming topics that I want to share to you guys. Um, we have prepared different segments like the services versus the pros and cons, my travel blogs in my previous visited country, some guest interviews. In fact, we have some friends in the industry already who are willing to take for an interview for you guys. So I hope that I can be able to deliver that video to you guys very soon. Okay, so I think we can end our discussion for today. And thank you for taking your time in watching this video. And I appreciate it a lot if you leave some comments below and give it a thumbs up. And keep it safe while staying at home. And cheers. See you guys. Bye-bye.